Thursday marks 1 year since the Maui wildfires in Lahaina and Upcountry, and those who survived persevere. Our Island News team has been meeting with some of the residents to share their stories with you.
Those in Upcountry Maui are just starting to, really rebuild. According to FEMA, the wildfire in Kula destroyed 25 homes and ohana units and 202 acres.
But everyone made it out alive. As our Marissa Yamane shows us, despite the devastation, the wildfire brought the community together and continues to do so.
On the slopes of Haleakala, 13 miles from Kahului, you'll find Kula in Upcountry Maui.
Kula is a very unique place.
Rustic.
The uniqueness is of course, the view, the fresh air.
Often crisp and cool. Amongst this scenic beauty, you can still see some of the burn scars left behind in areas that used to be lush with vegetation, and how the wildfire claimed some homes while spared others. On August 8, 2023, a wildfire roared into Kula and broke the peace. Police evacuated Tom Liu from his home on Kulalani Drive.
I grabbed my iPhone and grabbed my wallet and then put on my slippers and left the house.
And he jumped into his daughter's car.
I thought, okay, I told my daughter that, we'll be back in a couple hours. No, let's just go. And that wasn't the case.
But Tom's next door neighbor, James Brent,
and I saw that there was fire up towards where Kula Lodge.
Did not evacuate, despite the flames getting dangerously close to their homes.
I had already prepped my mother-in-law to pack up her things and be ready to leave, and had containers out for all the animals, and I put them in her car and I told her to go, and she left.
James stayed behind to protect his property.
First of all, advocate, don't stay.
But James is a retired Maui Fire Department captain who's very experienced with wildland fires.
I had 26 years of firefighting experience. I knew what I was doing. I had my escape routes planned.
He used a pressure washer, a garden hose, a shovel, buckets, and water bottles to fight the fire, which kept fighting back. So you definitely knew what you were doing.
I knew when to leave, and I knew what I could accomplish. It was tough.
Did you end up leaving at all?
No. It was the hardest fire I ever fought in 26 years.
Today, his house is still standing, unscathed. But James's neighbor Tom wasn't so lucky.
Never in my imagination that my house will get burned. Never. Never.
Tom's house and ohana cottage burned to the ground. He lost everything.
Every photo of our kids since they were baby, and I love to take photos, and those forever gone.
Artwork his mom had painted and other sentimental items handed down from his parents and grandparents also gone. And he also lost some of his wife's ashes, which she had kept in the house. Tom and Carol had been married for 48 years.
People say, yes, you're lucky that you're still living, you escaped with your life, but sometimes you think, my God, some of those things would never be replaced, never be replaced.
Tom and Carol built their dream retirement home in Kula.
Even before we came out of the driveway, she said, Tommy, I know this is it.
They moved to Maui from North Carolina nearly 20 years ago after falling in love with Kula.
Actually, I fell in love immediately when I walked into Kula Lodge.
Kula Lodge is right up the road from Tom's property. He ended up back at Kula Lodge after the wildfire.
Let me stay here.
So good to see you. Oh my goodness.
Isa Shipley runs Kula Lodge.
It was a miracle that we are still here amongst the fire, which was across the street, to my left, to my right, down below us, just fully surrounded, and still we remained.
Kula Lodge then turned into the community-led Kula Hub, where people could bring donated items or volunteer their time, and wildfire survivors could come for help.
Lo and behold, comes walking up Tom. It was, you got just complete chicken skin. I think we're all in tears and sorry. That day was hard. So Tom just, he's like, I don't have anything. I absolutely lost everything. And I talked to the owners, and we said we wanted to be able to take care of our people. So we gave Tom a tiny little lodge, and he was like, this is perfect.
Tom stayed at Kula Lodge for more than a month after the fire.
He was so grateful.
The wildfire forged new friendships.
It's overwhelmed me. I'm forever my gratitude, to these people.
Tom is now rebuilding.
And it's one of the things that really made me want to do it is because of the neighborhood and the people.
Tom was among the first in Kula to get a building permit after months of cleanup, red tape, and installing a new septic tank.
So I'm rebuilding the cottage and rebuilding the main house.
It's been a lot of work planning for that. He's also trying to get reimbursed for the damage done to his driveway during the debris removal.
Just half of the driveway, I got a quote. It's $60,000. Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
It's been rough. It's been really rough.
Especially for someone who's 83 years old.
And I know it's hard, but I gotta keep moving forward. And I hear my wife, and she's telling me, move on, Tommy. So I am. I have to look ahead, not behind anymore.
And the long uphill road to recovery isn't so lonely, thanks to all the support.
I tell people that I actually lived in the Aloha Spirit. Everybody hears about Aloha Spirit. It's just saying, oh yeah, Aloha Spirit. But I experienced it. Together,
they are Maui strong.
Bring it in. Going.
Marissa Yamane, Island News.